Up Murdoch, away from downtown Chowder, passing the wheat fields and the forest east of the road, tall pines that unfolded like a long, complex bedspread, separating Chowder from Goblin and the other less agricultural areas of mid-Michigan. They pulled onto Grandpa's gravel drive just before noon. Sherry eyed Jeff briefly, checking to see if maybe he'd had a change of heart. If maybe he was smiling, like he used to. Grandpa's world was a fun world, if you let it be. The farm, where Jeff and Aaron used to ride the horses and chase chickens and oink at the pigs. Where the brothers spent nights outside, sometimes without a tent, just on their backs on the grassy slope that led from the farmhouse to the barn. This place was childhood. This place was supposed to be special. The farm meant something. Doesn't it? Sherry hadn't meant to say that out loud. Doesn't what? Aaron asked. But Sherry didn't answer, and Jeff stared at her like he might have known what she was thinking. Sherry parked the wagon by the front porch steps. She looked up to see Grandpa standing behind the screen door. He waved. "Hey, Dad," Mom called from behind the rolled-up window. Grandpa waved again, as if maybe he'd forgotten he'd already done so. His thin white hair stirred with an easy autumn breeze. Sherry wondered what was on his mind, what clutter of his own. She and the boys got out of the car. "Hello, Sherry," Grandpa said. "Hello, boys." He looked tired. Sherry always said Grandpa was toughened by farm life. Jeff used to believe that. Sherry hugged him at the door. "Thought I'd put them to work today," Grandpa said, nodding to the boys. "That sounds good," Mom said. "They could use it. And it would give her a chance to grovel in private." It had been a hard summer. Stuff it in the mind bag. Yes, the mind bag. The secret, unseen place where Sherry stuffed all her dark thoughts, her absurd worries, the unprovoked hunches she'd felt most of her life, the premonitions of Pearl. Grandpa squinted down at his grandsons. "I was hoping Aaron could collect some eggs for me, and maybe Jeff would like to feed the—" Jeff held his breath. "Don't say feed the pigs, Grandpa. Don't say Pearl." "And why not?" "Horses," Grandpa finished. Sherry smiled, but her own private stresses were drawn firmly on her face. Often she imagined the mind bag hanging on a curled finger in an otherwise lightless room, a place only she could find it, hidden from the prying eyes of Chowder, Michigan, and the whole wide world beyond. But recently that bag had been relocated to her hip, a place anybody could see if they cared to look. Yes, Sherry Kopple had started wearing her emotions on her sleeve, a look she didn't quite love. Her recent anxiety stuck out like the stump of a third foot and was about as useful, to boot. "How's that sound, boys?" Grandpa asked. "Good enough?" The brothers nodded. Yes, eggs and horses. Safe areas on the farm. Grandpa walked them into the farmhouse, through the kitchen to the back door. Aaron followed Mom outside, a foot from the cellar door in the grass, but Jeff paused at the screen, looking down the slope to where the evergreens hid the pig pen. "The horses can't come to you," Grandpa said, and when Jeff looked up, he saw all three of them were waiting. Aaron laughed at him as he exited the farmhouse. Grandpa led him to the stables, and on the way, Jeff heard them breathing behind the trees. The pigs.